Are you a body, a soul, or a spirit? For centuries, men have tried to explain the mystery of man. Science has its theories. Philosophy has its ideas. But the Bible gives us the clearest picture of who man truly is. In 2 Corinthians 4 verse 7, Paul writes, "But we have this treasure in earthen vessels, that the excellency of the power may be of God and not of us." Your body, this flesh you carry, is called an earthen vessel. Fragile, breakable, weak, yet inside of it, God placed His very glory. Paul takes it even further in 2 Corinthians 5, calling your body an earthly house. He says, "For we know that if our earthly house of this tabernacle were dissolved, we have a building of God, eternal in the heavens." Do you see it? Right now, your body is temporary. A vessel that grows weary, gets sick, and one day perishes. But this was not an accident. It was intentional. Genesis 2 verse 7 tells us, "And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul." Dust, not clay, not stone, not gold, dust. Why would God choose something so frail and insignificant to make man? Because dust is weak. Dust is ordinary. Dust is despised. And yet, God chooses the weak things of this world to display His power. Dust has no glory of its own, so that when God fills it with His Spirit, the glory is clearly His, not ours. The Bible uses dust as a prophetic symbol of frailty and humility. In Job 42 verse 6, Job repents in dust and ashes. In Psalm 103 verse 14, David reminds us, "For He knows our frame. He remembers that we are dust." Even Abraham, the father of faith, called himself dust and ashes before the Lord. But here is the mystery. Man was created from dust even before sin entered the world, which means weakness and mortality were never the punishment of sin, but part of God's design. Why? So that man would not remain in weakness, but choose life. Paul explains in 1 Corinthians 15, "The first man is of the earth, earthy. The second man is the Lord from heaven." Adam was made weak, but Christ came to transform weakness into glory. From the very beginning, man was created frail, but with the invitation to rise higher, to eat from the tree of life, to exchange mortality for immortality. But Adam chose disobedience, and the verdict was spoken, "Dust thou art, and unto dust shalt thou return." Yet, this is not the end of the story. For Paul says again in 1 Corinthians 15 verses 42 to 44, "It is sown in weakness, it is raised in power. It is sown a natural body, it is raised a spiritual body." This is the destiny of every believer, that though we live now in fragile earthen vessels, one day mortality will be swallowed up by life. So what does this mean for you today? It means your body is fragile, yes. It feels sickness, yes. It grows old, yes. But weakness is not the end. Your body may be dust, but God's Spirit in you is treasure. And one day, this dust will give way to glory. You are an earthen vessel, but inside you is eternity.